Hey everyone, a little bit of a different video for you today. We're back in my Minecraft world, but this time I'm joined by my best friend Ebony. We had planned to play Minecraft together and she joined my world, so I thought I'd record at the same time because, hey, get to play with your best friend and make a video. It's a 2-in-1. I'm doing a voiceover for this video because we didn't have mics, so our communication is just by the text chat. So I hope that's okay, and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's begin. This is Ebony. I invited her to my world to give her a tour and show her the progress I had made so far. I started by meeting her at the spawn and leading her back to where my house is. Luckily that wasn't too hard due to the train tracks from the village. I should also point out that I am using a keyboard due to my controller not working, so apologies for my very bad coordination in this video. Thankfully Ebony was also getting used to using a keyboard, so I wasn't alone. The first place I showed was the horses stable due to it being the closest to where we were. And then I took her to see the window that shows into the storage room. Ebs then took note of the amount of cats I had due to me being a huge animal lover, and honestly, I'm not ashamed. As we hadn't used keyboards before, we didn't know how to crouch, so we spent quite a while trying to figure it out, and then once Ebony figured it out, I was pressing loads of buttons and I figured it out at the same time. And then we just had a crouch off, which was fun. Around this time, Ebony left to go finish making a drink because she is a coffee and a tea addict, which there's no problem with that. But then she disconnected. So after a few minutes, she joined back and we continued playing the game. Then came the first part of the house tour. I thought this would be a good idea for you guys as well because I could show everything I've done off camera. We did get distracted by the dogs for a few seconds because there's nothing more precious than Minecraft animals. Ebony was also curious about the names, so I explained them to her. Of course they are all related to a TV show or a game because I am just a big geek like that. Gave her a brief tour of the house, basically by letting her lead the way and seeing what she wants to see and not explain anything that needs explaining. After getting stuck on the ladder and trying to explain to her to jump, I showed her the egg room and basically all the farm animals first. Hi, I just want to say, when I filmed the first couple minutes of this video I was super ill, which is why my voice sounds so bad. Recording the rest of this I'm not ill, so that's why it sounds different, I'm just putting it out there. So we had a lot of fun with the sheep. We even had a game of Find the Creeper, which was so hard. We spent a while just hanging around with the sheep, which was pretty fun. Honestly, I really need to extend the sheep farm because looking at it now, it's just really small. As you can see, I did extend out the bottom because it was just really small, so I wanted it to be a little bit open and have more room for grass to grow because the grass was just going super quick with the sheep eating it for the wool to grow back. When I finally got Ebony out of the sheep pen, we went to see the cows because we got to see all the animals. And then I showed her the finally finished Snorlax pixel art because I was so excited about this. It took me ages with only the materials I had, and Ebony is a massive Pokemon fan, so I was really excited to show her this. You may have seen it slowly progressing over the other Let's Play videos. I never put too much focus on it because it was just something I was doing off camera, but now I can finally show it and it's finished. Yay! So Ebony was intrigued by the mines, and here I was just like, oh god, because I completely forgot what a maze they are, and I had no idea how to get back out, so I was just like, ugh, I'm going to have to find my way back out of here. But it was okay. Thank god we did not go too far. Here we had another game of Find the Creeper because Ebony is a big sneak and she likes to hide, and I totally couldn't find her, like, at all. That did kind of scare me though, not gonna lie, because all I saw was the outline. When I thought that was the end of the mines, we went to a place I actually forgot that I had made, because I don't remember doing anything down here. I don't use it. Although I do actually plan on building down here and refurbishing because I want it to look nicer. I want it to be pretty and have storage area. But then I was like, oh god, because Ebony went down the other giant hole that I made that I completely forgot I made. And then I knew another round of Find the Creeper was about to happen. So I prepped myself to go down this long tedious hole to find Ebony, and we went on a mission. I had a little trouble with torches apparently because I couldn't decide where I wanted to put it. I was actually starting to get worried at this point because I do not remember finding this cave, and I was worried I would not have a single clue where to go. But hey, look, we found her. She was literally right there. We then headed back up the long, tedious stairways and halls of the mines. Finally, we got to the top, and we found Arbiter, my first dog. We then went upstairs to an area that I haven't actually showed you guys yet because I've been working on it. But to give a simple explanation, it's going to be just a small storage area for now for all the rock and the dirt I find whilst mining. And I built this pretty cool dome, which I really liked, out of glass. It's not finished yet, as you can see. I had planned to put fences in this area for the exact reason that is about to happen, because this was literally moments before disaster. Ebony decided to hang over the edge, and me being me had the urge to just slap her off. It was very tempting. I actually held back until she said she had the urge to jump, and I was like, let me do that for you. But me being me thought she would jump into the water at the bottom, but no, she hit the side and died. RIP. I knew I was going to be in trouble for that once she got back, but it was worth it. I had to slap her. So I headed back to try and find her. It took a while. She was out in the rain, cold and alone. Poor Ebony. But eventually we reunited. And I don't even think she realised I was there for a good solid minute. When she did realise I was there, I gave her some food as an apology because food always means apology. I was bound to be forgiven. And then, after a slap back, which was well deserved, we carried on with the tour. I showed her the rest of my house, and I don't think I've actually shown you guys this yet, but I redid the stairs a little bit because I didn't like the spiral, and I added a secret area with a painting. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for, probably just to hide random stuff. I then showed her the guest bedroom where she could stay for the night. I realised that the bed was green, which is both of our favourite colours, which was pretty awesome. I then head to my room and we went to bed because it was late and I wanted it to be daytime to show the rest of the house. The next morning, Ebony chose violence because she decided to hit me for absolutely no reason, which was just truly mean of her. Turns out it was just an accident though, so I forgave her. While I'm here actually, I am going to point out that I think I might refurbish my room a little bit. It just looks bare, and I might change the floor because as much as I love green, it's just really bright. So I might do like light blue or something, maybe pink, I'm not entirely sure. We had a look at the views and then, like children, we decided to jump on my bed because in her Minecraft world it's literally all we do. I don't know why, but it's pretty fun. But then she rudely decided to jump on my pillow, which isn't very nice because I don't want her creeper feet on my pillow, it would get it dirty. I then showed her the storage room, which, as much as I love it, in the next video I think I am going to refurbish it because the whole layout of it I did just copy like a picture I saw because I have no creativity like whatsoever, but I don't want to just copy people, so I'm going to redo it a little bit, change it up, probably put some more chests in the middle. Anyways, then I gave Ebony some stuff for her own, like armor, weapons, whatever. This was actually good to get rid of a few things because most of the stuff in the chest just never get used. So, I don't know, it is good to have for when my friends join my world. I can just give them all the extra armor I find and the weapons. Sure, I may have gave her the rubbish gold one, but it's enchanted, so that's a positive. I then gave her some food, which of course was bread, because we both just love bread for some reason, so I felt happy to give her that. We then celebrated over the bread, because why not? We love bread. Bread's awesome. So we then headed into the first room, which I realised still needs completing because it doesn't have a proper ceiling, and that needs to change. We then went into the enchanting room, still looks bare because I haven't finished the sides. And then we went downstairs to the storage room that I am in the middle of completing. It's looks really bad right now, but it will be better, I promise. We then went over the bridge to the area that is extremely unfinished. I introduced Ebony to the villager I had trapped in the underground farm. She didn't react too kindly to it, which was pretty mean, but then we came up with a name, Serving Joe, on the spot. I literally have no idea where it came from, but he's now Serving Joe. We then did some farming, and Ebony decided to go for a little swim, which fair enough. And we headed to the area that I'm currently what's it called? Flattening. This is going to be a massive farm. I don't know how I'm going to build it yet, but this is just where all the crops are going to be. We then had a discussion about how long I've had the world because it's big and stuff, but to me it's not that big. I guess it's the biggest world I've had, and it's probably not too big for Ebony because we've never had a proper world before. It's usually just like a hole in a cave. But thinking about it, I am really proud of this world so far, and I can't wait for it to be finished. We then had a look at the views. I really like how the Snorlax looks from here, I'm not going to lie. When I do add more to this world, I really want to keep the environment because I just think it looks really pretty with the mountains and the river and all the trees. I just love it. Next I did something that I thought I wouldn't do, but I asked Ebony if she wanted to build her own house because thinking about it, it'll be nice for my friends to have the buildings in my world as well. So when they come visit, they've got their own area, don't have to stay in the guest bedroom. And I really do want my friends to be in my videos a lot more because it's really fun. So we then went on a hunt for an area for Ebony to build a house. I was thinking over the mountain, I might have like a village just for all my friends' houses. And I was thinking this area here because it's pretty flat. And I want my friends to have as much creativity as they'd like. So I don't want to limit them with how much they build. So I just left her to it. Let her build as much as she wants whilst I went and got a few materials for her. I gathered basic stuff that I probably would never use, like cobblestone and wool, just anything that could help her build, and I took them back to her. As I was giving her the materials, Ebony was kind of frozen, and I didn't know if it was just like a technology error, but it turns out she was just staring at the sheep, and then she didn't even see me, she ran off, which was pretty sad because I had to call her back down. When she did come back, things got a little awkward because she thought she had accidentally picked up my stuff when in fact I had just put everything down for her. So it hit me that she was giving me everything back. So I then explained that everything was in fact for her with a silly little grammar error, and she soon realised what I actually meant. So I happened to go AFK for a minute and I got rudely attacked with eggs. So I was messing around for a little bit and I was very tempted to shoot an arrow into her face, but I didn't. And then a baby chicken was born. I'm calling him Tucky. It was a very wholesome moment and I have absolutely no idea where Tucky is now, but I really hope he is thriving and having the best life. Tucky was in this world for 0.2 seconds and Ebony was already an abusive parent. I then decided to take my unnamed cat for a walk, and we headed back inside my house to sleep for the night. The next day I grabbed some more supplies for Ebony, such as chests, and I made a couple of tools so we could carry on building our house. So I went back to try and find Ebony, and for a split second I wondered where she was because I couldn't see her gamer tag like anywhere, and she wasn't in the area where I originally put her to build the house. But then I saw the little creeper running over the hill in the distance. So Ebony had decided to build over here, and that was completely fine because I wanted to have a big village over in this area anyways. And I think I might actually build a bridge onto the river so you can get across a lot easier. I gave Ebony the supplies and then I had a look around just to see where I could help, if there was anything I could do. I did discover that she left this tree half broken. How dare you, Ebony? I then found an egg and decided to get payback for the time before, because why not? It's fair. After telling her to get egged, I gave her some of the tools that I had created so she could help flatten the area a lot more efficiently. And then I grabbed my own tools so I could help as well. I'm going to time lapse this part because you don't want to see me just breaking away blocks, it's kind of boring. So when enough of the area was flattened, Ebony got to building a house and I started breaking away the floor just for when she wants to start building more, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, my shovel then broke, so I did the rest with just my fists. Nighttime then came, so I decided to light up the area a little bit. And honestly, I wondered if Ebony was okay because she was just walking around like aimlessly a little bit. But she then gave me the nod of approval, so I assumed everything was okay. I then got back to lighting up the area to prevent the mobs from spawning. Next I went and grabbed some sand so we could make glass for windows. Just in case Ebony wanted any, I wasn't sure if she did, but it was just thinking ahead. I then popped that sand into a furnace and I went and checked on Ebony, see how she was doing. I thought the house was starting to look really nice. It was a simple design, but it's the type of house I would have built, so. Not knowing what to do, I went and mounted a llama for absolutely no reason, and then I decided to get some more wood to help out Ebs. We then realised we really should have gone to bed because there were just zombies everywhere, despite the torches I had placed. I then went AFK for a reason I can't remember and came back to find that Ebony had put me in a hole. I don't know if she did this just to protect me from like mobs, but knowing her it was probably a prank and it worked. I found my way out to discover that she was also AFK as well, which was fair enough, I was gone a couple of minutes. But she wasn't gone too long and she soon came back. Ebony then suggested if we wanted to start a new world, which I thought was a pretty fun idea, so I decided to end the video here so we could go and do our own thing. So I have had friends in this world before, but I've never had them in a video before, so you guys let me know if you like this kind of video and if you'd want to see more of my friends in videos in the future, because I definitely will. It was really fun and I want to do it again. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching and I hope you have a good day. Bye!